Disney's been having a tough time in recent years getting audiences to watch their live action remakes of animated movies. The next one that's set to come out, Snow White, is about a week or so away from the premiere, and it's not looking too good. It seems like everything surrounding it is overwhelmingly negative. The trailers, the previews that they've been releasing online have been getting ratioed. You even have this article from the Hollywood Reporter that came out just today. Inside Disney's Snow White troubles, they need to get this over with. You know, it's obvious that this movie is going to be a huge flop for them. So just to kind of rip the Band-Aid off and be done with it. And I think Disney kind of understands that. That's why they're kind of toning down a lot of the press events and basically canceling the premieres of these. They canceled the one in London, now the one in Hollywood. But it looks like Disney is ready to move on for this and then get ready for their next thing, because they just dropped the trailer for Lilo and Stitch, the next live action remake of an animated film. And usually you would think that this would be reserved for after Snow White, but it looks like in a way they're kind of distracting themselves, or they're trying to distract the public from Snow White. And just reminding them was like, okay, fine, we're done with that already before the movie even comes out. Let's get on to this next one. And if I'm being honest, this one really doesn't look too bad. You can even see the reaction to it on YouTube here. It's pretty positive. Just going through, I mean, I think the designs for it is okay. I know some people have complained about the coloring for Stitch, but I still think he looks fine. When you start getting into the movie, I think it works pretty well with this.
He is your responsibility.
It definitely looks like it'd be a cute family movie to come see, but a lot of people are happy with this because it does definitely seem like they're trying to follow a little bit more closely with the original movie. And that's some of the problems that people had in the past, was that you know, they deviate so much from the source material. What's the point of even doing a live action remake? And this one, I think there is a little bit more reason for why they're doing it live action, even though they're just kind of following the same thing. It looks a little bit differently having the alien mixed in with the real life characters, as opposed to, you know, having an alien character with animated people. I think it just, I don't know, it kind of works in this sort of situation. And I think that's one reason why a lot of people seem to be taking to this one pretty positively. You have the reactions here. I'm just glad that Chris Sanders is still voicing Stitch. Yeah, good point. This is the first Disney live action remake I'm actually excited for. Stitch and the other alien characters look great, and it's really nostalgic to see all the scenes recreated. I can already tell this is going to be the best Disney live action remake. And just actually kind of going back to the previous one, recreating the scenes, I've said this in the past when it comes to live action remakes. If you're just going to do a shot for shot remake, it really doesn't seem like it's justification for why you're doing a remake to begin with, or a live action remake. You need to make it different enough to justify its existence, but not so different where it's just a remake in name only. I find, even though I wasn't necessarily the huge fan of the original one, I mean, I liked the original one, I enjoyed it, but it came out when I was a little bit older, so I didn't quite have I didn't grow up with it like some people did who were a bit younger than me. My younger sister, for instance, she likes it a lot more than me, but still, I did enjoy the movie, and I think it's a good one. And it seems like this one's actually following that fairly well. Finally, a Disney remake that actually works in live action. Yeah, I agree. This one probably does work in live action. See, they can do perfect casting. This took me back to my childhood. I screamed when the ice cream fell on the floor. We finally got to see our boy. Oh, yeah, let's jump to that. That's sort of near the end of the trailer. Oh, here we go. I think, is it?
Dog to catch.
No, wait.
Oh, yeah, this part right. I mean, that's not ice cream. It's Hawaiian ice, but still. But for the most part, it just goes to show that a lot of the negative reaction that we've seen for Disney live action remakes, it's not just because it's Disney movies, because I know a lot of people will try to point at that. It's like, oh, there's just a bunch of haters out there who will just downvote anything Disney related. And we can see that that's not the case here. I mean, like I said, you can see the reaction to this is overwhelmingly positive compared to what we saw with Snow White, where it was overwhelmingly negative. And that's just not even all on YouTube. You can even go on X and see kind of the same reactions to it. Still looks a little weird, washed out, but otherwise it looks great. That's fair. If y'all actually stuck to the source material, then this might be the first live action of yours I'll go and see. Ice cream dropping dude made it in. If they would have gotten Stitch his actual blue, this would be perfect. Looks pretty good. This all actually looks amazing, and I can't wait to take my kids to see it. All right. I mean, that's positive. So, I mean, you can see that right here. The reaction to this is positive, and it's just because Disney isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. They're not trying, it doesn't seem like they're trying to push any messaging or anything like that. They're just trying to make a fun family film that everyone can enjoy, something that brings in the people who were fans of the original movie, and also something for people who may not have seen the original movie, but this is kind of an entryway to that for those who haven't seen it. So I think this is a smart move by Disney, and it does feel like they are trying to distract from some of their other projects recently. But if this, I mean, I do hope this is good and people enjoy it, because if that's the case, it does send a message to Disney. Like, this is what you have to do if you want to bring back audiences. You make good stuff and people will come and support you. And I know there's some people out there who will never go and watch Disney, or they won't watch them just out of some principle. And I can understand that and I can respect that. But I do think it is important to vote with your wallets, in the sense that you support a company when they're doing the right thing, and you don't support them when they're doing the wrong thing. Some people might argue that when you support them when they're doing the right thing, they'll just take the revenue that they generate from that and then use it to push a message elsewhere and do something that you don't like at another point. And I do understand the argument to that, and I can agree with that to a certain extent. But I think Disney as a company understands if they're basically trying to put out feelers to see what do people want. And I think that's what they're going to continue to do later on, because they've had their time trying to push an agenda. And I don't think they're necessarily done with that, but I do think they understand at the same time that that's ultimately a fleeting thing for them, and they need to get back to making movies that people enjoy. We saw them do that this last year with some other releases like Moana 2 and Inside Out 2. They deliberately took out any political messaging in those movies, and they were successful. It looks like this movie's free of that, and if that's the case, it might actually be successful too. So I think if people vote with their wallets and tell Disney this is the kind of stuff that they want, the kind of family entertainment that they want, then we're going to see more of that in the future. But if this doesn't work out for them, then maybe Disney's going to think like, well, then apparently there's nothing that we can do to bring people back. So if that's the case, we might as well just do what we want, which is just more of what people don't like. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Did you see the trailer for it, and what was your opinion of it? And will you go see it if it's a good movie, or are you just not going to see anything Disney related whatsoever? Or are you actually going to see anything Disney related no matter what? Comment below and let me know. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with the latest entertainment news. And don't forget to click that like button and share this video out there, because it really helps out with the channel. Thank you.